And I say, throwback Thursday, throwback Thursday. How y'all feeling, y'all? The Daily Go Getimism Show. Let's get real about relationships Thursday, throwback Thursday, and we are here. So let's get this thing popping. But before we get before we get it popping, let me get this thing revved up. Let's get it started so we can get it lit. Once we get it started, once we get it lit, yeah, I know. Right. Okay. All right. So, this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, on this Throwback Thursday, this Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday, we are talking about the only reason that I want any good for my ex is because we have kids together. The only reason that I hope that they do well, that I'm hoping that they're doing well. The only reason that I want them to have any type of good luck, prosperity, or to even be here walking God's green earth is because I have kids with them, and I wouldn't want my children to live without their father, or I wouldn't want my children to live without their mother. I wouldn't want. This is a situation that is extremely severe. You know why? Because because there are a lot of issues dealing with forgiveness in this situation. How do you go? Listen, you don't have to forgive everybody. I know they say that forgiveness is for the person who's doing the forgiving, not for the person who is being forgiven. I know they say that. I don't subscribe to it. I don't think that is always true, but I get it. But I do believe that you have the right, the privilege to forgive whoever you want to forgive. Like if you don't want to forgive somebody that you feel has purposely or even mistakenly done you wrong, that's your choice. But the thing is, when you have children by somebody, the bond that you share with them is closer than other situations. I know you may have loved somebody more than you loved your baby mom or your baby father. I know that. However, when you have children with somebody, you have forged a bond with them that cannot be broken spiritually, cannot be broken physically. You actually have a reason to keep in touch with that person for the rest of your life, even if you wish not to have any connection with them for the rest of your life. Now, of course, we know plenty of people go against this. Plenty of people say, listen, I do not care that I had a child or children by this man or by this woman. The children are I'm going to have to provide another parent for them, or I'm going to have to be all the parent that they have, or all that they need. And we know how messed up of a situation that can be for a child and how unfair it can be. However, you know people who have done this. I know people who have done this, and we probably know somebody who is doing it right now. Whether we approve of it, or whether we do not approve of it. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. The only reason that I want any good for my ex is because we have kids together. Like peak game. You know how you might find out some things about an ex that you didn't have any children with. You might find out some. Let's say you found out that they got a good job, or that they became really successful in a field that they were involved in. Let's make it. Let's pour some sugar on it. Let's say your ex was in the entertainment field. Now, when y'all were together, y'all were going nowhere. I mean, he was going nowhere. She was going nowhere. They were making a little, they met a bunch of people, took a bunch of pictures, photo ops all crazy, but they wasn't getting no money. They wasn't getting no opportunities. But after y'all broke up, maybe you found out that, hey, they finally started getting chosen for those or casted in those commercials, national commercials. I don't know if y'all know, but when you do national TV commercials, you get a lot of money. You can get a lot of money. You can get like $15,000 every time those commercials come on. Thank Flo of Progressive Insurance. You know how much money she makes off of those commercials? Or whoever does the voiceovers for Geico. You can you know how you've seen those commercials come on so many times. Imagine getting royalties from that. So maybe you found out that they got that kind of break, or they won an award, or they got a contract, whatever. Let's say they became successful to the point where that their name is going to start ringing bells household wise in the entertainment industry. You might find that out about your ex, and you might think like, it's a shame that it couldn't happen while we were together. But thinking on it, had it happened when we were together, they wouldn't have shared it with me. They were looking for something else anyway. Okay. Now, if y'all have children together, their come up is going to be your come up. Because even if they ducking you for child support and all of that, they ain't going to be able to duck. Oh yeah, I got a social security number or her social security number. I know where they work. You see this CD, you see this DVD, you see this commercial over here? That's where they work. Easy to find. Now you know your child is going to be taken care of, or your children are going to be compensated for, whether it's voluntary or involuntary. So, you may or may not feel good about them being successful. You know how it is. How can somebody who did you so wrong be so successful in other areas of their lives? Like God plays a really really big trick or a trick that's not so funny on many of us. Like the bad guys aren't supposed to win, but as we know, sometimes the bad guy does win. So imagine a situation like that, where, all right, so their fortune becomes your fortune because you have children with them. So you're not worried about you being taken care of financially. Maybe you already have it going on in your own right, but you know that your children are going to be okay financially. So their future is going to be taken care of. It's hard. It's hard on your heart when you hate your ex that you have children with, because you're not supposed to hate them. And you don't want your children to see that or feel that energy. But as we know, there are plenty of people, plenty of mothers, plenty of fathers who have that type of energy, and they don't even do anything to control it. But maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you know better, but we know other people, they don't seem to know any better or care to know any better. So that's what we're talking about tonight. The only reason that I want any good for my ex is because we have kids together. And you know how having one child by somebody is one thing, but you know how much of a game changer it is when you have two kids by somebody. Now, you may be able to argue that you never really had anything with somebody that you had a child with, because you could have scored that on a one night stand. But if you dipped in there twice, ladies, if you have gone into labor 9 months, 2 times for a motherfucker, like you, I know one thing. If you tell me you never loved them, then I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'm like, because that's weird. That's awfully strange. I had a baby by him once, twice. Listen, one child all right, is one thing. You can consider that to be a mistake. 2 times, yeah, you better have had something going on with that person. 2 times, 2 babies? We're not even gonna go into 3. We ain't even gonna go into 3, even though you know people who have 3. I know people who have 3, and no, they never got married. No, they never had. No, they never got. I do know. You know the backlash that comes along with that. But anyway, they might have 3 with you. They might have another 2 with somebody else. They might have another 3 with somebody else. Yeah, it gets a little. It gets a little. It gets a little. Woo. So the emotional toll that having one child may have on you, the emotional toll that having one child by somebody, I should say, the emotional toll that it can have on you is heavy, is great. But the emotional toll that having 2 children or 3 children by somebody, man, listen. Yeah, that weight of the world on your shoulders starts to get real heavy. Really heavy. So you multiply the number of children that you have with someone times the experiences that you've had with somebody, good or bad, times the way that y'all separated or broke up. What does that multiply to? What emotional toll number does that come up to? Well, I'll tell you this. Everybody's equal number ain't going to be the same. This is some different kind of math right here. Normally math, if you put in the same numbers, you're going to get the same answer. Well, emotionally, personally, socially, yeah, you're going to get a whole bunch of different numbers. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the daily go get 'em show. We do this every single day, every day, it rains, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Get 'Emism show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Emism show on this Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. We are talking about the only reason that I want any good to happen for my ex is because we have kids together. We got a child together. We got kids together, doing bids together, 18 to 21 and far beyond. I can't get away from his type of her kind. And I wish that I had made a better choice. But at the time, me and her was making mad noise. And I thought that we was going to be together forever. But that second child, we ain't mean to have it together. We got back. It was a drunk night. You know how the drunk night goes. We almost fight. We fought when we was together. When we was broken up, we did a whole lot of shit. It wasn't what's up. But I now have this thing where I wish she was gone. And I wish I could shake these feelings. But they really keep going on and on and on. And I pray to the heavens on a daily basis. And I wish I didn't ever have to see their faces. But I do. The choices I made makes me have to lay in the bed that I made. And I hate that part of my life. Hell no, I would never make that stink bitch my wife. I shouldn't really call her stank, bitch. You can't call the mother of your children stank, bitch. That means your children are half stank, bitch. And I don't want to have a half a child that's a stank, bitch. Huh. This shit is hard, baby. Oh, this shit is real kind of crazy. That's how niggas be feeling. I ain't gonna go to how females be feeling. I ain't gonna be going how women be feeling about this situation, but you know what I mean? Objectively, I can see the trifling in anybody. I'm not one of those people who try to act like all men be doing right and all women who be doing wrong. And you know what I mean? Baby fathers always getting a bad rap. Some of them really call that into their space. What can I do? We have to live with the decisions that we make, and we have to find a way to live with the things that we do, good and bad. Good and bad. But when we talk about the only reason that I want any good to happen for my ex is because we have kids together. We talking about a serious type situation. We talking about something real. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get It Business Show. Let's get it popping. How y'all feeling? Let me say hi to my people, my people, my people, my people, people, my people, my people, my people, people. So I see T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. My brother Ansel Jones, Baltimore brother, girls can't leave him alone. Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita, always great time to have my eyes on you. See ya. And Stacy White was going on tonight. Glad you came on through. You know how we do. Mia Cunningham, thanks for coming through. No scams. Are we running? Have a lot of fun. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hills, and back. Relax, do your thing. Max and chill. All right. So let me see what y'all talking about. See what y'all talking about. Okay. See, y'all talking about stuff I don't even know. I meant don't want to suffer. Like, I don't see what you said leading up to that. Oh, all right. Mia says, I'm in the wrong damn field. See, I don't even know what you're talking about there. Oh, man. Carol said, my ex passed away and I contributed to his funeral to help my kids. So if you contributed to his funeral and his passing, then there's no telling how much you did for him while he was alive. And that's not to say that you supported him, but evidently you were able to put your differences to the side, even when you didn't want to. And you know how hard that can be, Carol, putting your differences to the side unprovoked because you know that that's something that you have to do. And every parent has to put their differences to the side with their exes. We don't all do it. But even the ones who don't do it the right way, they still do it in some ways. Shoot, I know people, you know people who can't stop talking about the way that their ex did them wrong. They keep their exes in their mouth all the time. Everything that's wrong in their lives becomes somehow the reason the fault of their ex. Yeah, I was on my way to superstardom. I was making all of this money. I was doing for myself. He was jealous of me because I was making more money than him, and you know, he wasn't really getting it like that. So he tried to bog me down, you know, tried to keep me pregnant all the time so I couldn't go out there. So I would miss a lot of time in my field and I wouldn't be able to really do anything. Meanwhile, that wouldn't have been so bad if he was holding the family down, but he didn't really want to do nothing. He was out somewhere making other baby, you know, putting your differences to the side so you don't project that negative energy onto your children is hard. It's hard. It's hard. hard, hard. You know how you might see your ex putting in an effort or effortlessly being a good mom or dad to your child. And you be thinking like, it's a rough thing because you kind of become a hater in your mind. Not because you look at it like, yeah, treat the child nice and all that, but always treated me like shit. How you gonna treat something that came from me like royalty, but treat me like a damn peasant? But the other part about it, the other part of it is this. You may not really trust that they're a good parent. Just like they might have been fronting like they were good to you or good for you, you might look at it like, and you ain't doing nothing but setting my child or my children up for heartbreak, just like you did me. It's hard not to keep making it about yourself, but you have to do that constantly when you have children by somebody. You got to constantly try not to make it about your hurt, your pain, or the wrong that has been done to you. You have to consistently do that shit. And it don't seem fair. Don't seem right. But that's where we are with it. And so Jones says the bad guy gets a good hand. The bad guy gets a good hand, still has to play it. True. Okay. No, it says sorry. She made her bed. Forgiveness doesn't mean that her kind is welcome in my space, in any capacity, offspring or not. I get it. I get it. I do. I do. I do. So boy, build and destroy. What's going on? So boy, when did you sneak in here? When I was reading the comments at the top, you just what's going on, so boy? All right. Savoy says, I have to agree with you, Norris. I tell you. Okay, Carol Chamberlain says, yep, I did. I didn't think it was fair to subject my children to our problems. And you know how that can be even more harder when you know that your ex, or you feel or you witness that your ex didn't extend the same courtesy to you. They didn't care if your kids saw you suffer. They didn't care if your kids saw you suffer at the hands of them. They didn't care if the kids saw you down and out or feeling bad or sad or whatever because of what they were actively doing for you. Going to you. They didn't seem to care. But here you are. Got to be the bigger person. 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 Somebody got to have a parent. One of these parents got to be the parent that do the right thing. One of these parents got to be the one that set the right example. One of these parents got to be the one that always does the right thing. Why got to be me? Why got to be me? Why always got to be me? Carol says, when his health was failing, my children stepped up and took care of him. I have to believe I raised them right. Some parents would have told their kids, well, he's sick. You can go see him if you want to. I ain't going over there. Yeah, I've seen situations like this where somebody's dad got sick. And the mom was like, well, I heard that your dad ain't doing well. Maybe y'all should go see him. But the choice is yours. The only reason that you want any good to happen for your ex is because you have kids with them. You don't want your children to be without their father or their mother. It's not a bad way to feel. It shows decency in you. However, it may not be an easy way to feel. Carol says he really didn't care about what happened to me. Carol says some say I was crazy. Carol, I'm gonna just tell you this. Yeah, people are going to get on you about doing what you think is the right thing, even when the right things haven't been extended to be done to you. But I'll tell you this: you collect your heaven points, you collect your heaven coins any way you have to collect them. You make your heaven money the way you make your heaven money. And what I mean by heaven money, heaven coins, heaven points, you have to find a way to get yourself into a good space. And there are too many people out here that will prevent you from being able to get into a good space. So, whatever way that you need to find your way into your heavenly place while you're here on this earth, will you do it? Because what are the alternatives? When doing the wrong thing or doing the retaliation thing ain't what you feel, then don't fucking do it. You collect your heaven coins the way that you collect them. You get your heaven points. You find your piece of heaven on this earth where you can find it. And if that means you have to do the right things for the people who have done the wrong things, then you do it. But I tell you this, protect yourself from the good people, or protect yourself from the angels that would take away some of your heaven. Sometimes you can't share with people. You can't share with everybody the good that you're going to do for somebody because they may not be able to see the good in it. And although they may find themselves to be protecting you or consider themselves to be they may consider themselves to be protecting you. They may not understand where the space is that you need to be. Many times when we give advice to people, we say that we're doing it for them or that we're looking out for them, but sometimes we're really just looking out for ourselves. But that's a secret. When we talk, when we can't, I don't know why I'm stammering, stuttering tonight, but I'm gonna tell y'all like this. When we can't, when we can't find the best place for us to be because people are supposed to be supporting us, but they're stopping us from doing what we think is best. Those people might not be the best people for us right then and there. It happens. It happens. So boy says, how about not wanting to see his kid until she was there? The child is oblivious, so she sees him as caring. Well, you know how that go. Yeah. 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 Carol says, exactly, Omar. I am not blocking my blessings coming my way. I get it. Savoy says, you should always do the right thing for you. Nothing wrong with that. That's what's up. Yeah. Sometimes the people who love us the most, care about us the most, sometimes they advise us in ways that works more for them than us. It doesn't make them bad for us, but they just might not be the best for us at that time. So you collect your heaven points the best way you can, because you got to find a way to find peace while you're still here. You got to find a way to do that. So you got to make that move. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying. But yeah, when you're dealing with an ex that you have had children by, it's a game changer. Might not always be a deal breaker, but when it becomes a deal breaker, it's that thing sits on you heavy. Like you really want to strangle the shit out of somebody that you used to deal with. Man, I can't have my child out here without no father. Hey, I can't have my baby out here with no mama. Even though she used to parade her new man around me, or she used to try to sick her new men on me, even though I ain't care about being with her no more, but her hate for me, her uh disdain for me, her just the way she is. She always had to make some kind of conflict. So it was always me against her if we wasn't together. But when we was together, it was always me against her too. Sometimes I couldn't figure out if it was safer to be with her or safer to be apart from her. And so Jones says, misery loves company. I'd rather be lonely. Hmm. Carol says, things can get messy when the other person is messy is one thing. Messy, you can have things messy because you have too much things in a small space. So it might be messy because it's cluttery. But when it gets nasty, that means that all of those things that are cluttering up a space have not been cleaned out. They're all dirty, nasty to the touch. You know what I mean? You might have to get a tetanus shot for everything that you may come in contact with. Now I'm talking about, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's a big difference between messy and nasty. We can clean up the mess, but when it's nasty, that means nobody has cleaned up that mess for a long time, and shit gets caked on, stuck on. You know what I mean? You gotta scrub that shit. Make sure you have gloves on. Savoy says, I think I came a long way. I wanted to, oh Lord, can I even read this? I wanted to run his head over a few times until it was gelatinous. I know what you're saying. Gelatinous? Is that a word? But my baby didn't like when I was angry at him. So I had come to terms and let bygones be bygones. Lord. And Carol talking about some facts of y'all gotta chill. Look like I'm watching an episode on the ID channel of who the bleep did I marry? Fatal vows and shit. Y'all know I watch the ID channel, you know. And so Jones says, I don't like when kids say, I don't like your mom or dad when they have different parents. The biggest problem with that I've seen, Ansel, is that a lot of mothers who have children about different fathers often treat the child the way that they felt about the father. I mean, they treat the child the way that they felt about the father. So if you had a good relationship with this dad, then you might treat that child better because you're going to see the father in that child. And maybe every time you see that child, you see one night stand that went wrong, one night stand that went wrong. wrong, wrong. It kept going wrong, 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 all night long, all night for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, he was in it. In less than 2 minutes, he went in and spent it the wrong way. And I wish that I had just stayed in my bed that night. But damn. Okay. No, it says nasty. How about all out stank? Carol told myself that too, Norris. Well. Yeah. I wanted to run over his head until it was gelatinous. Such anger. Such anger and rage. So, but yeah. So, and it's not easy to fight back the way that you feel that way. And you may be justified, 100% justified in feeling that way. I mean, if somebody isn't helping you out, they may be actively hurting you. Of course, a lot of times when somebody isn't helping us, they're not necessarily trying to hurt us. But when it goes that way, it goes that way. Carol says, people can take you there, Omar. Listen, Carol, I hope they only take you there mentally. Because we know how it plays out physically. So boy says, I think it's horrible to treat a child badly because of your choice in a mate. But you know how it go. You seen it. I seen it. We all seen it. We all seen it. Y'all know how. Remember the movie, the classic gangster movie? It wasn't really a gangster movie, but it was a real movie. Boys in the Hood. Remember Boys in the Hood? Remember how Lawrence Fishburne and Boys in the Hood was talking about how she treats Ricky, how the mom of Ricky and Doughboy treated Ricky better because she loved Ricky's father. But Doughboy's father, I guess she didn't love him or whatever, so she always mistreated Doughboy. It happens. You human, man. You a human being. You are a human being. So when you look at your child and you see the mannerisms, the personality, the physical characteristics of somebody that you have no more like or love for, and that thing is staring you in your face day after day after day, and God forbid that they start taking on the characteristics of that parent, that other parent that you trying to filter out of your system. So the same fuck shit that other parent used to do, you see your kids doing that same fuck shit. Some parents can't resist the urge to say, see, you acting just like your father, you acting just like your mom, or you ain't gonna be like your father, doing this, that, and the third, and blah 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 blah. We ain't having that. You ain't supposed to say that to a child. Or you ain't gonna be like your mom, with whole lying, cheating ass. You ain't gonna be a hoe like your mom. No, you're not. Mm-mm. You ain't gonna be out here making a bunch of kids out here like your father did. You ain't gonna be lying, blaming people for being the father of her children that ain't the father, that kind of shit. So, by the title of this show, this is more than the feelings that we have for our exes. We're talking about people that we have had children by. And we're talking about trying to muster up the resolve and the best part of ourselves to be able to want good things for them, even though we may wish that we never have to lay eyes on them again. Even if every time they come around, it feels like somebody pulled down the hotel shades in a dark room. So it was just a bunch of sunshine coming in here. And when they come into the room, somebody pulled down the hotel shades. You know, hotel shades, you can't see through them. So they make a room pitch black while it's bright and sunny outside. Yeah, that part. Yeah. No, it says just like your mommy or your daddy. And so say, Ricky! Ricky! Ricky baby. Ricky baby. Come on. Come on. Ricky, we gone. Rick. Okay. Carol says children should not be treated based on your relationship with the other parent. They are not responsible for that parent's behavior. Yeah, but you're a human being. So you, because you have a different experience with that parent and that parent's behavior, it just may not be easy for you to just switch off the way that you really feel and the way that you think. The same way that you can't just turn your memory off from remembering what happened to you or what had been done to you. Savoy says, thank God I never subjected my baby to that. I truly had to fake it. No, it says, Savoy, drinking wouldn't let me fake it back then. The only reason that I want any good to happen for my ex is because we have kids together. Ah, you no good hoe. I wish you well. God damn. You got a good job, a new job? Great. You about to get married? Great. You just bought a new house? Great. Things are going for you. You went back to school, got your degree? Great. Oh, I see you lost weight. Got your health straight. Great. Things been going well for you. You've been blessed. Great. Now, can you stay the fuck away from me? That would really help. Hey, that would help a bunch. Carol says, did you call her a garden tool? Shoot, Carol, she might have been that to you. How you expect a man to feel when he knows that his baby mom has done things like, well, no doubt she cheated on him. He stayed. He toughed it out. He tried to believe her over the rumors and the obvious evidence. But what about if not only did she have a history of cheating on him and disrespecting him, but then she got pregnant, said that you were the father, and then it was the next man's baby. Now you might have one legitimate child with her, but then she blamed another baby on you. How you expect a man to feel? You sure ain't gonna be feeling like, well, she just makes mistakes sometimes. Blaming a baby on a nigga ain't no small thing. There is no greater way to get the family team involved like having a baby with somebody. People coming through to congratulate you, people coming through to help you out, people coming through to represent, people coming through to tell you the truth, people coming through to protect you, all centered around this pregnancy. The baby come out and the baby ain't looking right. They just happen to be people that are out there who know. So yeah, she might not be a hoe to the world, but she a hoe to me. That's how a man be feeling. She might not be a hoe in terms of body count. She might not have the numbers that support her being a hoe, whatever that number may be. But my experience with her has been nothing but that she was one number a little hoe. Or even worse, a whore. When a man actually calls you a WHORE, because you might call anybody a hoe. Like, oh, yo, where the hoes at? Yo, it was mad hoes up in there last night. But when a man actually uses the Bible, the Bible word whore, that man done got his heart broken. He done got his feelings hurt. You want to run around here like a little whore. Because what he's saying is you have been unfaithful, but more than that, you have been disloyal. When a man calls a woman a whore, he's saying that, I was down for you. Motherfuckers couldn't talk me out of you. And you threw away everything that I was willing to sacrifice for you so you could be with some other motherfucker, or so you could steal from me, or so you could mistreat me. You ain't nothing but a whore. Because a whore causes family breakups. They cause division in the family. When you bring a whore in, it's going to break up something. People going to have to start taking sides. Yeah, when a man call a woman a whore, he ain't playing. He's beyond the point of being upset. He's hurt. He's hurt. Which is not necessarily in the same case as when you might be having sex with somebody. That's different. That's different. I ain't talking about that. That's way different. I'm talking about when he means it. I mean, physically, I don't know if you've ever. Anyway, no, I better say this. There are certain people that when they have an orgasm, they are so overcome with emotion or whatever. It's almost like, what are you doing to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you might call them names, but it's all in fun. All right. Just wanted to make sure we understood that. All right. So Boy Wilkins says, when my daughter wasn't around, all hell broke loose. Mm. And so Jones says, when someone you don't know calls your ex a hoe, it's a weird feeling. To say the least. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you one thing. If somebody that you don't know calls somebody that you're dealing with a hoe, I bet you're going to listen to what they got to say. A part of me just wants to defend them. But let me see why you would say such things before I twist your cap around. And so, I mean, I'm sorry. Nora says, and so it can be sickening when she avoids eye contact when confronted about it. And that's your baby mom. You got to keep it funky. You got to keep it 100. You got to keep it 100 because that's your baby mom. And, and you know how it is when for a man, when your baby mom has custody of your child, hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So whether you like it or not, your baby mom is going to have way more influence on your child than you could ever dream of. Even though you know you may have a daughter and your daughter is a dad, and you can do no wrong in her eyes, but she got her mom speaking on her own behalf all day every day, all day every day. And so Joe says, when your baby mom is community property. I'm glad we're getting close to the end of this show. But I'll tell you this: shoot, whether your baby mom is a hoe or not, it doesn't matter. All that really matters is what the relationship that the two of you had together, what the relationship between the two of you means, or what y'all have. So it don't matter how well you treat anybody else or how bad you treat anybody else. I got to deal with how you treat me because we got a child together. This is the one reason I cannot stop dealing with you. And trust me, I might want to really, really stop dealing with you, but I can't. Even the judge said I can't. I got to deal with you on some level. It's tough, baby. Real tough, you know what I'm saying? It really, 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 really is. This is a tough subject. That's why I wanted to talk about it tonight. Because we got to get it out. We got to get it out. We got to break down these walls, tear down these walls, these barriers towards our happiness, contentment. We got to get them down. We got to get these walls down. Yes, we do. We got to get these walls down. All right. Yeah, man, it's tough. All right. Get this out of here. Out of here. Okay. It is. It's tough. You know, we all want the best for our children. And sometimes the best thing for our children is for us to be the best part of ourselves. And you know how hard it is to give the best part of yourself to somebody or to the world all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always feel like doing the right thing. I don't know about y'all, but I don't always want to do the right thing. Sometimes the wrong thing seems like the right thing to do, and I have to ask for spiritual guidance when I want to do the wrong thing. Because I might feel like it ain't so wrong. They was wrong first. You know how they say, what they say, two wrongs don't make a right. Shit, y'all not asking the right people. Ask me. I'll show you how two wrongs can make a right all the time. I'm your two wrongs making a right man. Just ask. Just ask. All right. Let's do these birthday shout outs, man. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious, glorious, glorious March 23rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Felicia Andoujois. Felicita Andoujois. Happy birthday to you. And Mimi Bright turning 32 years old today. Happy birthday. And Rochelle Allison turning 49 years old today. And Erica Lett turning 48 years old today. And Jeffrey Norris, happy birthday to you. And Francia Sorel, happy birthday to you. And Cammie Danielle turning 48 years old today. And Fufu Johnson turning 41 years old today. And Don Banks turning 41 years old today. And Shaim Washington, my man, go get a Shaim Washington turning 43 years old today. And Barbara McGrath Green, happy birthday to you. And my girl Stephanie E. Whaley, happy birthday to you. And my girl, who is the producer of Candy Coated Nights, with the singer Candy from Escape, my girl Esther Farrow, known to her people as E. Farrow. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 23rd. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on, do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, when the only reason that you want somebody to do well, feel well, or be well is because you have children for them. Well, sometimes you just got to accept that. Okay. All right. Well, that's the only reason I want you to do well. All right. Look, that's all I got. I don't have no love for you. You never showed any love for me. You might have told me that you love me, but you never showed me that you love me. You may have used love as a weapon against me, but that weapon formed against me prospered. Well, I'm tired of it prospering. And it ain't going to prosper no more. I'm going to get me an energy shield around me. So no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Especially you, because you ain't nothing but a weapon. You ain't nothing but a weapon, dog. Crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a weapon, dog. All right. Yo, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow for the fan and with another Daily Go Get 'Emism show. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. All right, y'all.